So I've been on my ketogenic diet now for 2.5 weeks, and it's time for something chocolatey, like a brownie. Hi, this is Iris. So today I want to try making some ketogenic brownies, and instead of regular sugar, I'm going to be trying the substitute called Swerve, which is erythritol. The nice thing is it has a glycemic index score of 0. Let's give it a shot. So let's take a look at our ingredients. We'll need 2.5 ounces of almond flour, 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 6 ounces of dark chocolate, 3/4 of a cup Swerve, our sugar replacement, 4 large eggs, 1/2 a teaspoon vanilla extract, as well as 1/2 a teaspoon baking powder, 3 tablespoons chopped walnuts, and finished off with just a pinch of salt. And we'll put this all in an 8 by 8 inch baking dish. All right, let's get started by preheating our oven to 320 degrees. Our chocolate comes in 4-ounce bars, so since we need 6 ounces, we know we need 1.5 bars. 1 full stick of butter contains exactly 8 tablespoons, so we need a whole stick. So now just break apart your chocolate, cut up your butter, put it in a pot and let it melt. Next, we'll grab our kitchen scale and measure out 2.5 ounces of our almond flour. And we'll add 1/2 a teaspoon of our baking powder. So I've already added my vanilla to my eggs and my salt to my Swerve. So now it's just a matter of adding these two into a larger bowl and then whisking them together. So by now your chocolate and your butter has nicely melted, so go ahead and pull that from the stove and add it to your other ingredients. And then it's just a matter of, again, whisking it thoroughly. And finally, we'll add our almond flour with the baking powder and whisk one more time. I prepped my baking dish with a little bit of nonstick spray, and now I'm ready to add the batter. And lastly, chop up your walnuts and just sprinkle them as your top layer on your brownies. That's it. And now you're ready to pop them in the oven. This recipe was courtesy of mysweetketo.com, and the recommendation was to bake it for 25 to 30 minutes. I pulled mine out after 26. Looking pretty good so far. So these brownies have been cooling now for about 3 hours. Let's cut into it. So first impressions, the consistency feels very soft and silky, a little bit more like a fudge. But as we say in German, probieren geht über studieren. In other words, if you really want to know what it's like, just go ahead and try it. So it's definitely not as sweet, but it is pretty good. It's a little bit on the drier side, and in fact, it's a little bit crumbly, but it's good. I know my face probably doesn't look convincing, but it's definitely, when you're on a ketogenic diet, this would definitely satisfy a sweet tooth. So it's a winner for me.